Hi all, ACDodd here again, and welcome to another episode of On the Road Training with me, ACDodd. And this time we're going to go all the way down to Cornwall. So, where are we? Well, we are down in Cornwall and we're on the road training, not tuning. So we've got a new mechanic that's down here now that's learning the ropes of tuning. So there will be someone down in Cornwall that can do what I do. And
Hello.
that is Matt Steele, and he's going to be your local carb tuning guru.
Nice to meet you. 1.5.
Just checking the new leads that we're fitting to this car. One of the things that students do when they go through and they are obviously going through the process of setting up an engine, they have to go through and check everything. So just because we got new leads out of the box doesn't mean to say they're any good. So these new leads are being checked before they're fitted. Okay, so since I've been down to Cornwall and do the training, a lot of people have been asking me, you know, what's involved in the training. So this video really is a little bit of information from me about the training, and also showing Matt Steele here, who's going through his training. So the clip you just seen, which is effectively Matt starting out looking through his first car, is he's checking the HT leads. So one of the things that we try and do to make sure that students understand everything under the bonnet is we follow exactly what I do when I'm out on the road. So we start the coil and we systematically work through every part of that ignition system, and in order to make sure that the engine has got the optimum settings and everything's where it needs to be. Now in this particular case, the car needed a set of HT leads, so I was merely showing Matt there that you don't just take a new set of leads out of the box and fit them to the car. What you need to do is to make sure that those leads have actually got the resistance that you want, so they're all matched. Because trust me, some suppliers, where they send you lead, you might have a lead at 20k and you might have a lead at 3k, all out of the same box. So if you want a car to perform, you have to make it perform by making sure the parts you fit are the right parts and they meet the specification required to get the performance you need. So, tuning is not all about tuning. Sometimes it's about maintenance. In this case, we've got to move the distributor drive around on this MG midget. A lot of people think that just on the road tuning is just me going out to open the bonnet and then get straight into tuning. Unfortunately, 90% of the time I have to fix the car first before I can actually do any tuning. Like in this particular case, Matt found that he couldn't turn the distributor around to the appropriate position because when he fitted new leads on the distributor, for example, the leads we had weren't the right length, and because of the relative position of the distributor and the lead positions and the lengths, they wouldn't match all the plugs. So we had to take the distributor drive out, turn it around 180 degrees, and obviously that is not a 5-minute job. And in this particular case, that particular engine, the base plate that held the distributor into the block was seized, so we had to spend a good 20 minutes trying to work out how to get that out. Now that's not helping in terms of tuning training, but it is very much enlightening the student that things aren't always straightforward, and you have to be prepared to overcome and adapt to actually solve the problem and move on with the tuning. So a lot of the time, 90% of what you do under the bonnet is fixing problems and not necessarily spending time actually tuning the engine, which is what you are actually there to do. So next car, we've got ourselves a lovely 1275 midget. And we've been working on this one. Let's have a look under the bonnet. And Matt here is just putting the carburetor back together because we just changed the needle. And we've gone through and we changed the coil because it was the wrong power. We've changed the leads, we've got the plugs, and now we're dialing the needle in. And of course, part of the course is teaching students how to do needle modifications, and Matt here is working on just one needle. So the training's not all carried out on just one type of car like Minis, for example. In this particular case, we've managed to get hold of a MG Midget, and Matt here is working his way through tuning that. As you can see, we've already gone through, looked at the ignition, and now he's looking at the carburetor. And in this particular case, obviously the training is about teaching students to actually modify their own needles. And what I mean by that is to be able to get the fueling right the way across the rev range, so you get the best performance and economy out of the vehicle. Right, here we are, another car. And actually this is the last car of the training. This is a lovely 1275 GT. And under the bonnet, it is all standard, apart from it's fitted with an HIF 44 carburetor. And this one, Matt's just started, and he's working his way through the ignition system. Students also get to look at advanced curves and the optimum type advanced curves to have for the engines they're working on. The training is not all about carburetors, it's all about everything that makes the engine come together and actually perform properly. So the clue's in my sticker. If you see the sticker on the side of my car where it says ACDodd, it's got a distributor and it's got a carburetor on it. Now there's a reason for that, and that is because those are the two items that control the efficiency and the efficacy of the engine's ability to produce power. Because clearly the spark has to be big, have plenty of energy, and it has to arrive at the right time. It has to be available without misfiring out of a HT lead, for example, in order to ignite the mixture properly in the engine. And obviously, arriving at the right time is all about making sure the advanced curve is suitable to the engine. Now, students go through that using strobe lights, which you'll see a quick clip in a minute. But the important thing to understand really is this is a holistic approach. It looks at everything, not just one particular aspect of tuning. Now you're all good. You've done enough plugs now. You know how I like them.
Plug me up.
So they hang on the end of the feeler blade. So one of the things about doing 4 cars in 2 days training is the students get a chance to practice on things like plug gapping, making sure we got 25 thou. This car's got a 3 ohm coil, points ignition, 25 thou plugs, in go the new plugs. You might find that that little clip interesting. You know, why are we majoring on spark plug gapping? Well, it's actually one of the critical things of actually extracting performance out of classic vehicles. There's only just enough spark energy to make a successful ignition in these type of engines. And majoring on spark plug gapping and making sure that students can actually gap a plug properly is actually a big deal, because believe it or not, there's not many people that can actually do it nowadays, and I include professional mechanics in that. So one of the things here Matt was doing is this was his last car, and he got it down to a fine art. So Matt certainly doesn't have any problem gapping spark plugs, and he also critically knows why he needs to do that as well. Timing adjustment. Clearly it's not just at idle. So yeah, part of the training is obviously learning how to measure advanced curves, obviously how to optimize the ignition timing for the engine based on the particular advanced curve that's fitted. It's not always a good idea to sell every customer that comes in a brand new recurve distributor. That might actually be the best thing for the engine, but in reality, optimizing what's there is often the best way forward to make sure the customer doesn't feel like they've been rinsed for all their money. But the point is, if the distributor is able to produce an advanced curve that's going to make the engine run, then there's no harm in using that. And then obviously you can advise the customer that actually, in reality, there could be an improvement further down the line should they wish to spend some more money and have a nice recurve distributor. So just before I go, I actually want to add here as well is one of the things that we major on is something called baselining. Now, baselining is something that students learn, which is how to set the mixture on the carburetor so that it will pass emissions. So you don't have this dreadful bore washing situation that you wind the mixture screw. So all students are taught that the mixture screw is there to set the idle mix and nothing else. So and they're also taught how to set the idle mixture without the aid of a wideband gauge, just in case the wideband gauge goes wrong while they're doing the tuning. They're also shown how to do that, and they have to demonstrate it to me as well as part of the training, because if you get that wrong, you can bore wash somebody's engine. So it's really important to make sure that part of doing this tuning and part of doing the training is to make sure that students know how to set an engine up that will pass emissions testing, no matter how stringent that we've currently got in this country and anywhere else in the world that we're actually doing. So that's just a quick run through of the training. Unfortunately, I didn't have a massive amount of footage. I spent a lot of my time working with Matt to go through the cars that we had there to make sure he got a fair amount of my time, rather than me spending lots of time videoing. So apologies for that, but I thought I would just put this little video together, so if any of you are interested in what it's all about, it would give you a little bit more information. Now, I already have other videos that I've done in the past on training, so please feel free to look through my back catalogue and look for on the road training, and you will see more training that I've done in the past. Anyway, with that being said, as ever, please like, subscribe and share, and don't forget to book Matt for some tuning if you're looking out in Cornwall, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.